Welcome back in, everyone. If you bought something from TikTok recently, you aren't alone. According to studies, almost 1 out of every 2 users reported purchasing something they saw on the app, but it's important to know where you're buying it from, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. And joining us to talk about that and help educate you on some finance from the Better Business Bureau is Ms. Joanne Deal. Good morning, young lady.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course, of course.
The BBB is always here to help you with your shopping, but we want you to be careful. TikTok is not always what it's supposed to be.
Yes, ma'am.
But we know for a fact that the 48% of people who shop online have used TikTok. So basically, we want you to know that the BBB report shows that TikTok has failed to respond to 896 complaints filed by Better Business Bureau shoppers, and 125 complaints filed against the business definitely were never resolved. So what this amounts to is that the 1,852 complaints filed against this business in the last 3 years should give you an indication that you may or may not be happy with what happens to you if you choose TikTok as your online shopping source.
Yes, ma'am. And with that being said, TikTok's shopping source is definitely booming as we've seen in recent months. With that being said, what should families and their children know about those shops?
Well, our major concern with the Federal Trade Commission action against TikTok is they do not care to protect your children. So when your children are shopping, or whether you're shopping, you need to understand that this particular source has been cited for the Children's Online Privacy Act in 2019. So whether it's shopping or entertainment, or if you're combining shopping and entertaining for gift shopping, there are problems that have arisen. Remember, when you or your child chooses a seller, make sure that you have vetted the seller first. Pay close attention to customer reviews, and remember, go to the BBB profile for every business and read what other consumers have posted. Keep your eye on product descriptions. Remember, a product description allows you to compare prices, but you need to know how much something is per pound, per ounce. You need to know how it's packaged. You need to know what size it is. One of the major complaints we get about TikTok is that what you see online and what you get are not necessarily the same thing. So as always, watch out for scams that include high dollar items for a too low price. Understand their return policies and the keep good records about each sale. What we find is they tell you that they're going to do a refund, but they actually never come through. So remember that if you're unhappy with the purchase, you do need to act quickly. Now, TikTok does have an e-commerce customer support at ecommerce@tiktok.com, but you need to use it and you need to look at their guidelines. So remember, always pay by credit card, always keep good records, and make sure you know what you were expecting to come in. If it's not what it was supposed to be, don't keep it for a couple of days, return it immediately, and file a review or a complaint or a scam report on BBB Scam Tracker or BBB.org.
Yes, ma'am. Sounds like reading is definitely fundamental, Ms. Joanne. I know I've definitely been victim to that once or twice before.